Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 3 of our Canucks GM mode. So, in last episode, we simmed all the way up to February 1st, and we also made a huge blockbuster trade with the Minnesota Wild, acquiring Alex Tuch, Mikael Granlund, and Jason Zucker. We gave up both Sedins, but we retained $3 million from both of them. And then we also traded away Alexander Grenier as part of that deal. So that was a big trade. Unfortunately, I realized just today that I did not save my file. So I had to redo that trade and resim up to February 1st. So now our record is 24, 25, and 1 instead of 25, 23, and something, I believe. I don't remember exactly what it was, but we are still outside of the playoffs, which is good if we want to go for a top draft pick. I'll show you guys quickly the updated standings. So if you look at the entire league, we are currently all the way down here at number 24. But look, we have Columbus, who's 3 points behind us only. You got Arizona, who's only 4 points behind us. Same with St. Louis and Anaheim. And then these two teams might not be able to catch up to us, so we might actually get a top 3 pick if we're lucky. More than likely a top 5 if we continue to play bad. Also, I have definitely some good deals that we're going to do at the trade deadline. I had a suggestion to do a trade, but I don't think I'm going to be able to go with that one just for certain reasons. I'll show you guys once I get it up to the trade deadline, or I could do it actually right now. But so that's our points. It's pretty much the exact same with the standing, or who's leading us in points and whatnot. Only thing that sucks is Troy Stetcher didn't actually get as much points as he did with the previous simulation. So. But anyways, let's make our trade before the deadline just so we can get it out of the way. So there was one big trade that I wanted to do, and then there was a minor one. So originally I was going to go to Pittsburgh and try and trade for Matt Murray so we'd have a starting goaltender for a bit. But the problem is with trading for Matt Murray is we'd have to give up one of our goalies. And that would put Pittsburgh over the salary cap, I believe. And then there's also, who else was it? I tried to give them Markstrom as well, and Markstrom also kind of put them over salary cap. And then also, if we wanted to get somebody with this much trade value for Matt Murray, we'd have to give up Louis Eriksson, which also would put them over the salary cap. So we're not going to trade for Matt Murray because we just really can't. So the team though that does could take on Louis Eriksson is the Tampa Bay Lightning. So Louis Eriksson has been playing good for us this season, like he's our leading point man. But if we don't want to make the playoffs, it would be best to trade him away. So we're going to trade Louis Eriksson. And the Tampa Bay Lightning also want him, which is a big piece of this. So Louis Eriksson not straight up. Louis Eriksson for Vasilevsky. And that's a pretty big trade value. But then it says Tampa Bay would have more than 45 skaters in the organization. So I was looking at potential trade assets. So we'd also have to take back, obviously, another player that we could get from the roster, so they would not have more than a certain amount of roster players. So a left winger that came up to me was not Jonathan Drouin, because I don't want to do that. But Vladislav Nemesnikov, he's 82, 24 years of age. He's a medium top 6 as well, so he could still grow for like another 1 to 2 years. He's another playmaker, but I think we could just bring him into the deal. I know this deal does go through. So Nemesnikov, Vasilevsky, and then we also add in a 4th round pick for this year because we still have a bit of difference in between the two trade values. So we'll pick up the 4th from Tampa Bay, and then also we also have to give them another player, I think, or maybe not actually. That was part of a different trade. So basically straight Louis Eriksson up for Vasilevsky, Nemesnikov, and a 4th, and it should go through. Yes, it does. So I'm happy to accept this offer. I'll see you out on the ice type of idea. It doesn't actually say that, but that's usually what they do say. So we're just gonna go best roster for now. But that was a big trade. Louis Eriksson's contract is gone, which is good because he had a 5-year, $6 million contract, and I didn't really want to pay him that for that long, so we removed that trade. And now the other trade we have to do is now we have kind of too much goaltenders, as you could tell when, let me just show. We have too much goaltenders that could play in the NHL, as you could see. Vasilevsky, Ryan Miller, and Markstrom are all 85, 84, 83. So now we have to trade away Jacob Markstrom because unfortunately no team really wants Ryan Miller. And we kind of have to give up Markstrom because, just because he's the only, Ryan Miller's contract ends in a year. So it doesn't really matter. We could go for a goaltender in free agency, potentially well, not Ben Bishop, but say another goaltender in free agency, or Thatcher Demko might be ready. So, but yeah, Jacob Markstrom is going to get traded to the Edmonton Oilers. I wanted him to go to an Eastern Conference team, but I couldn't find one that wasn't doing so well. So we basically trade him to the Edmonton Oilers alongside of one of these prospect kind of guys that I don't think are going to grow to turn out to be anything. So alongside of, where is he, Stukel, because Stukel's listed as a medium AHL top 6 forward, and he has some trade value, but I don't think he's going to turn out to be anything huge. So we add Stukel to the deal, and then basically in exchange, we don't take any roster players back, but we are picking up a nice second round pick for this year's draft. And Edmonton's record is currently 23, 24, and 5, so we might have a very good second round pick from Edmonton if we're lucky, and that will go through. Yep. So I'm happy to accept this proposal, so that's good. And yeah, that's all the trades we're gonna make for this season, until the off season at least. So now let me just go edit the lines, and I'll see you guys back up in a second. Okay guys, we are back. So now our first line looks like this. So we got Reed Boucher on the first line with Bo Horvat and Mikael Granlund. I decided to leave Zucker on the second line instead, just because that way we get a sniper on our top 6, or top 3 line, or top first line. Then second line, Zucker, Sutter, and Nemesnikov, and then the bottom 6, Barchi, Marcus Granlund, not Mikael. Marcus Granlund's up now to the third line because Burrows is less overall wise than him. So he's with Hansen, and then Dorsett with Burrows and Skilly. And then defense still looks the same, and goaltending we have Vasilevsky as our starting goaltender now. But also today in real life is the actual trade deadline. The Canucks have made some pretty big moves. One with my auto centers that I didn't really like. I'll talk about it once I get it starting to simulate. So yeah, let's simulate up to the trade deadline and decline. Okay, so yeah, so the Sens made a kind of a stupid trade with the Canucks. I don't really understand why they pick up a person like Alexander Burrows, but they traded Jonathan Dalen, who was a good second round draft pick, just for Burrows straight up, which I think is kind of a dumb trade. But yeah, so that happened. Going back to the game, we have a big injury. Lucas Spies has been injured with elbow surgery, and he won't return until May 9th. So let me edit the lines, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay guys, so Alex Bega's just taking his spot. Okay, so basically what I was saying is, yeah, the Canucks made a big trade with that, and then 8 hours ago, or earlier this morning, I woke up to find out that Yannick Hansen's been also traded to the San Jose Sharks in exchange for Nikolai Goldobin, and I think it was a 4th round pick. So it seems like the Canucks are doing some deals finally and starting an actual rebuild, which is kind of funny considering we are doing a kind of a big rebuild with the Canucks in NHL 17. So just thought I'd let you guys know about that. Our record still isn't good at all. We're 26, 30, and 1, and we've lost like 6 in a row now. So hopefully that helps us get that first overall pick. I definitely want to see if we could get somebody like Nolan Patrick or something for this team. And now we have another injury. So Ben Hutton's been injured with an abdominal strain until February 27th. I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, guys, so Chaput has to play defense because we don't actually have any more depth defenders other than Bega. So, but we're still, we just won a game surprisingly with the rosters the way they are, and Ben Hutton is back. I'll just quickly change this around again. Hopefully there's not a lot more injuries because I do have the injuries set to 10 out of 100, so they shouldn't happen too frequently. But yeah, so Ben Hutton back there, Goodbranson back there, Stetcher, and Bega switch spots, and there you go. So we're almost up at the trade deadline. I'm not going to check what trades the computers made at all. Hopefully huge trades. Okay, so trade deadline is upon us. Yeah. Okay, so up at the trade deadline, we're 27, 33, and 2. I'm not going to make any more changes because we did make our big trades, but we have fallen down to bottom of our division almost, except for the whatever team is behind us. And now Mikhail Granlund's obviously leading us in points because we did trade away our leading goal scorer. So let's see where we are in the standings. So currently in the standings wise, actually I could just go like that. We are the 5th worst team in the entire league. Columbus could definitely still pass us as they have one game in hand, or well, a game less than us played. Toronto could still catch us. They're 6 points back. Obviously all these teams can, but in Anaheim and Carolina kind of fell off, so I don't know if Carolina is able to get past us. So we might finish with a top 5 pick for sure, which wouldn't look too bad if we could get somebody good. Not sure who we're going to go after exactly at the draft, but once again, you guys could let me know in the comments what you guys think I should go after. Okay, so I'm not going to make any deals at the trade deadline. Let's just go right till the end of the season. Try and get this done as fast as possible. Also, guys, I'm trying to be a bit more enthusiastic in my videos, as one of you guys commented, I don't remember the channel name again, or account name, but you suggested I should be more enthusiastic. It's kind of hard because personally I'm a bit shy, so this is YouTube's trying to kind of helping me get out of my shyness a bit, so maybe eventually I'll be more enthusiastic, but it's just kind of hard to at the moment. And ooh, that is not good. So Andrei Vasilevsky's been injured with a broken finger, and his estimated return is April 13th, so he will be out for the remainder of the season, which means now we need to call up, who do we need to call up? Richard Backman, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, Richard Backman, because I'm not going to call up Demko because he's only a 73, and I'd rather have him grow down there. So yeah, I guess, yeah, we'll just call up Richard Backman to the squad, even though he's not that good of a goaltender. And yeah, the computer had to assign us a guy to play goaltender down in the minors as a backup. So Ryan Miller's now our starting goalie again, and our backup is Backman because he's a backup. Goaltenders in the minors. Thatcher Demko is now our starter down there, and wow, that's a horrible overall goalie. The computer assigned us a 41 overall AHL extra goalie, Justin Schwartz, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but still, that's like the worst overall I've ever seen in the NHL 17. So we have some more player morale to deal with. So Richard Backman, yeah, you have to prove you could stay up here, man. He's not going to stay up here anyways, but whatever. He's going to stay up, I guess, till the remainder of the season. And yeah, our record looks like complete shit. Hopefully we're dropping off a lot, as we're 29, 37, and 4. Definitely a good rebuilding year. So definitely we're going to get a top 5 pick, I think, for sure. Obviously a top 10. Depends how the rest of the league is currently. And at least we don't have to do the playoff simulation. The next episode will be the draft and off-season sort of stuff, I guess, because the off-season usually takes a bit longer because we have to re-sign all our players, that sort of idea. So okay, so let's go QMJHL. Yeah, we are playing like crap. Well, I guess it's because we did trade away our entire first line. We traded away because we traded Bo Sedins and Louis Eriksson away, and then we also traded away Jacob Markstrom. So, but I feel those moves will help us out in the future, maybe a bit more. I'm not sure if Nemesnikov is going to be part of our future or if he's going to grow to be anything good for us, but I thought he'd be a perfect fit just to add to the deal. Because I didn't want to bring in Druin because that makes it too much like Johnny's GM mode. So, okay, goalies and Richard Backman, you're going to get scratched, I guess, as Vasilevsky's back for the last game of the season. Also, I just realized quickly when we go back to the lines. So, Bo Horvat, we did make him a medium elite. He's up to an 89 overall, so he is growing very, very fast. That is good. Granlund's actually grown as well, I think, or maybe not. No, I don't think so. He's an 85. Anybody else? Marcus Granlund's grown to an 83. Burrows, I think, went up to an 82, which is kind of weird. I don't know if it's based on player morale or what, but we'll also check our progress reports for our prospects like Oli Ulevi, and Vasilevsky's been injured again. I guess it's good we kept Backman up there. And our final record for the 2016-17 season is 34, 44, and 4. So not a good first season, but we didn't want to have a good season. So it looks like we did not finish bottom in our division, though. There must have been a team that finished behind us. Yeah, so the Anaheim Ducks finished 5 points behind us, but we managed to finish second last in our division, which is good. And let's see, the entire league. Nice, we are 4th in the entire league, but our 4th worst in the entire league. Carolina almost passed us too, so we might luckily get a top 3 pick, but we definitely have a top 5 pick, I think. Hopefully we move up in the draft lottery. We will find that out in this episode because I will sim to the draft in this episode. So let's just check our player stats for our first season. And then we'll check the minors as well quickly because I want to check about Alex Tuck. So Sven Barchi leading the way in points with 44 points. Bo Horvat led with 15 goals. Both tied with Brandon Sutter and Marcus Granlund. Wow. Wasn't expecting Marcus Granlund to have that much goals. I thought it was Mikhail. So yeah, Mikhail and Marcus both played pretty well this season. Penalty minute leader, Derek Dorsett, no surprise. Plus minus leader, Marcus Granlund, that's good. Power play goal leader, Brandon Sutter was 7, nice. Shorthanded goal leader, Lucas Visa and Bo Horvat. How did our rookies do? That's what I want to check. Because I want to see how Troy Stecher did. Stecher's our only rookie, and he picked up 18 points, so not too bad. Could have been a lot worse, but 3 goals, 15 assists, minus 10. Okay. And goalies, goaltenders. Ryan Miller went 26, 31, and 0. Bad 2.8 goals against average and a 909 save percentage. I don't know how much Vasilevsky put up with us, but 2.44 goals against average, 11-9 and 4, 917 save percentage. And then Richard Backman played only 2 games, went 1-1-0, but with a 4.71 goals against average and an 864 save percentage. So that's not good. Actually, I should check the AHL stuff. I don't know if our AHL team made the playoffs. So Alex Tuck did play very well. He picked up 43 points in 73 games. He's a 77 overall, so he is growing, which is good. Same with Brendan Gaunce. He's up to a 79, 44 points, 68 games. And Jake Virtanen, 57 and 73, almost a 30-goal season. Tram can also put up 18 points, so we definitely will have some of these guys in the NHL next year. Just not sure which ones. So did our AHL team make the playoffs? I'm not going to slow some in the playoffs, but no, they did not. They just fell short of the playoffs, but that's fine, I guess. So let's just finish that. Okay, so those are the playoff matchups. I'm not actually going to look at that stuff because we aren't in the playoffs this year. So let's just sim up till I think it's usually around June 5th that they announce who wins the Stanley Cup and stuff like that. I wonder who's going to win the cup this year. If Tampa Bay wins the cup, that trade definitely helped them out, but because they still have Ben Bishop in Tampa Bay, so it's not like they're missing a goaltender. But yeah, now they have a good top left winger to play with, Steven Stamkos. I know Palat was definitely a top 6 left winger, but Louis Eriksson could probably go in the first line for them. So Lucas Bees is back. Let's just go best lines, considering we are not even playing anymore till next season. So, and Vasilevsky's back. Let's just go best lines again. We'll check the progress reports after we see who wins the cup and stuff like that, and check the player awards. And then hopefully we see that we get drafted, or we get a good draft spot though this year, because I would like to pick up someone huge for this team. Somebody that we could actually have is like kind of maybe the centerpiece of this Canucks GM mode, other than just Bo Horvat, because Horvat's going to be here for like 10 years probably. Thatcher Demko's going to be here a long time. If we could get a very good defensive prospect. Oh, and actually we have Oliu Levy, so I don't even know what we necessarily need at the draft, but whatever. Okay, so the simulation thing is slowing down, and it still hasn't been decided who won the cup yet. Still not. Surprisingly, should pop up any minute. There you go. So the Stanley Cup champions is the Nashville Predators. So I guess PK Subban helped out the Preds to the Stanley Cup, and then the AHL, it's Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Okay, so that's that. Let's go up to the draft quickly. We're also going to check the awards in a bit too. I just want to see the draft lottery. So we have the first overall pick. We moved up in the draft big time, and we take the first overall pick this year, guys. So we could choose from anybody that you guys want to see. So Nolan Patrick, we could get Maxime Comtois, anybody like that. That's huge. I've never actually got the first overall pick just from the draft lottery. So we get the first pick, then Edmonton, Toronto, Anaheim, Carolina, and then a bunch of others. Wait, Edmonton? That means our second round pick might be a very good one as well. And the player retirements, who is retired? Probably Ryan Miller, right? No, Ryan Miller did not retire. So, well, at least his contract's ending. We're not going to re-sign him this season. I can almost guarantee that. So, okay, that's good though. We got the first overall pick this year. So let's just check the player awards. Yeah, player awards. None of the players will probably be ours. So Stanley Cup champions are the Nashville Predators. The President's Trophy goes to the Minnesota Wild. So we did trade both Sedins to Minnesota, so they helped the Minnesota Wild win the Stanley Cup. The Clarence S. Campbell went to Nashville, and the Prince of Wales went to the Ottawa Senators. So it was an Ottawa and Nashville Stanley Cup final. Interesting. The Art Ross went to Adam Henrique. It's kind of unrealistic. Why would Henrique lead the league in points? I don't know. Hart Memorial Trophy goes to Patrick Kane. Doughty gets the Norris. Backstrom gets the Lady Byng. Laine gets the Calder. So screw you, Matthews. Rene gets the Conn Smythe. Vezina goes to Rene. Jennings goes to Rene. Masterton goes to Jordy Ben, who's now actually on Montreal in real life. Patrice Bergeron gets to Selke. Lindsay goes to Kane, and Richard goes to Kane. So Kane had a very good season. Let's just quickly check the AHL, see if any of our youngsters won an award. Yep. So Jake Virtanen gets the Willie Marshall and the Dudley, whatever it's called, and nobody else. Okay. So quickly, what is it? Yeah, let's just check around the league. I wanted to check, what was it that I wanted to check? Oh yeah, I wanted to check actually, not the entire league. I just wanted to check Minnesota, check the Sedins. So Henrik Sedin did have a very good time in Minnesota, 74 points in 82 games. 17 goals, 57 assists. Pretty happy for him. I don't know if he retired this season. I guess I should have checked around the entire league and seen who retired, but there you go. Henrik had a good season. And then Daniel Sedin also had a good season with 59 points there. So that trade did help them out get that President's Trophy. And yeah, so that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of our Canucks GM mode. So in the next episode, we will go up, or we'll start up the draft. We have the first overall pick, so hopefully we get somebody good. We also have 2 seconds, I believe. Let's just check our picks, because we did get the second round pick from Edmonton, and Edmonton had the second overall pick, but I don't remember where they finished in the standings. So let's just quickly check our draft picks. You know I was gonna end this right there. Draft picks. Okay, so oh yeah, and I also had to show you the progress boards quickly too. Meant to do that. So our first overall pick is this, and then we also have a nice 2 seconds. Edmonton's is a little less than ours, but we still have 2 seconds. We have a third, we have a fourth, or 2 fourths, a fifth, and a seventh. So we don't have the 6th, but doesn't really matter. So we have a decent amount of picks in this year's draft. Hopefully we get some good prospects to bring into this club, as this draft is pretty much like the biggest draft for the entire GMO probably. And then let's just check our progress reports. So who's grown and who hasn't. So in the NHL, yeah, we already saw that Marcus Granlund grew. Ergood Branson is growing, kind of. Goaltending wise, Vasilevsky might be growing. Thatcher Demko has grown a bit, but not by much. He's 72 still, so I don't know if he's going to be ready for the NHL next season. And then in the system, Bo Horvat's up to an 89, or an 88, I should say. Guillaume Brisebois grown to a 68, so he's definitely not going to be ready for next season either, but he will be in the minors. Olli Juolevi's up to a 77, so he should be NHL bound next season. Cole Candle has grown. Anybody else? Troy Stetcher has grown to an 82. Alex Tuck is, let's see, he's up to a 76 still, so okay. But yeah, that's that. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna do it now for this episode of our Canucks GMO, guys. So thanks, guys, for watching, and see you when we get the first overall pick.